Hey, what is up, guys? Isan here. Welcome back to episode 9. So, remember in was it episode 6? We built true false expressions with comparison or logical operators. Today, those finally get to do something because conditionals are how your program makes decisions. So, this is the if statement. Here's the simplest form. If power is greater than 50, colon, and then you leave an indentation, which is basically tab, like TAB on your keyboard. This is basically how the syntax will look like. Now, so power here is 100, which is obviously bigger than 15. So this statement here is basically true. So if it's true, the statement in the indented line here will basically run. And what it'll run is that it'll print strong enough to fight a hollow. If power had been below 50 here, the condition would be false and Python will basically just skip this indented line. And I think you guys have to really understand that this indentation is not about decoration at all. Yes, it makes things easier to look at and to understand, but it's actually how Python knows what's inside the if. And usually any syntax that comes after colon means that an indentation is required because this statement belongs to this if uh, if syntax. Alright, so now what if you want a fallback? Something to do when the condition is false. So that's where else comes in. Power is 30 this time, so it's not greater than 50. So the if block will be skipped and the else block will basically be run instead. So let's play here. You can see train harder Ichigo. So the else statement ran. So if else is basically a fork in the road, one path or the other, but it will never be both. And when there are more than two possibilities, you can chain them with a leaf. So I pronounce it a leaf, which is just short for else if. So that's if, and else. So Python checks each condition top to bottom and runs the first one that's true. Then it will basically skip everything else. So squad here is 13. So is it 1? No. So it skips here. Go to the next one. A leaf is squad here 13. Yes. So it will print Irukia squad. It won't go down again else because it will basically just return this statement here. Print Irukia squad. Let's see. Yep. So because only the first true branch wins, the order you write them really matters. So you have to think ahead. Now, here's where the last few chapters pays off. A condition is just a true or false expression. So you can use everything from the operators chapter right inside an if statement. So if this character is this character like a captain, and is their Ryatsu over 5,000? If both are true, which is true here, it will print out a formidable captain. You see here. If it's not, let's say if I train captain is false, if I can spell false, it will skip here. It will skip the first if statement because n requires both is captain and Ryatsu to be true. So it skips to else, which prints still impressive. Now you can also use or. And if you remember, or requires either one of these variables or statement to be true. We here Ryatsu is over 9,000, so it will return true where this is false. And it will basically run the if statement, print a formidable captain. Now, there's a pattern that you'll use and see constantly, which is deciding based on the user input. So you ask for an age, to convert it into a number with integer wrapping here. And of course, you must remember that type conversion, please. And then you branch it off. So if the age is over 18, you print adult soul reaper. If else, still in the academy. So let's say the guy is 18. So because it's more or equal to 18, it will print out the adult soul reaper. Alright, so quick recap here. If basically runs a block only when the condition is true. The else is the fallback. A leaf chains extra choices and the first true one wins. The indented block is what belongs to each branch. And since conditions are just true or false, all your operators will apply. As per usual, there are 3 in-class exercises at the bottom of the notebook. Do make sure to attempt all 3 of them, and if you have any questions, do let me know and we can discuss it. Next chapter, we stop dealing with one value at a time and learn to hold a whole collection, which is basically a list. I'll see you there.